The island sequence in Resident Evil 4 is a part of the game that is filled with a lot of action, so much to where it truly takes away from the survival horror experience almost completely. As stated in some of my recent videos, I do stand by the argument that the Resident Evil 4 remake needs to be different. And the island section specifically is definitely a sequence that Capcom should consider tweaking for the upcoming RE4 remake. So in this video, I will be discussing some ways the island section can be improved upon in the remake. If you guys are new here and enjoy this video, then make sure to subscribe for more future Resident Evil content. Also make sure to let me know in the comment section down below how you think Capcom can improve from the original Resident Evil 4. With that all out the way, let's get right into the video.
Resident Evil 4.
The Regenerators are a staple from Resident Evil 4, being known as one of the scariest creatures in a video game with the disturbing sounds they make. Now this is exactly what the remake is going to need. It has to be much scarier, being that it wasn't at all in the original. A perfect way to do this is by expanding on the Regenerator. They could do this by adding new variations of the Regenerators, similar to what we saw with the different types of molded in Resident Evil 7. They also need to make the Regenerators chase after Leon when they spot you, not just casually walk up on you. This would easily make them so much more terrifying and make many fans run away to go hide in a nearby room. With the updated game graphics, Capcom really has an opportunity to make the Regenerators frightening, so I really hope this is something they capitalize on. They also need to add more lab sequences on the island. Doing this could create more opportunities for Capcom to go back to its roots with survival horror. So with that being said, this would be a perfect way to combine both survival horror and action. So don't get me wrong, the first few playthroughs of the island are very enjoyable. It's a much different approach from the previous castle and village sequences of the game. The island takes more of an action approach, filling it with a lot, and I mean a lot of enemies to take out. And this is very fun at first, but after you play through Resident Evil 4 a few times, the island starts to get almost repetitive with combat and similar enemies. This is exactly why I think some chapters of the island need to be changed. Like I stated in my previous videos, the remake needs to be different because many fans of Resident Evil 4 have played the game multiple times. So if it's not different, it could get boring very quickly and have less replayability. A way they can stray away from this repetition is by adding some new types of enemies. Like I stated in my previous point, they could easily add a disturbing new enemy by adding some other twisted failed experiment on the island alongside with the Regenerators. Not only would this spice the sequence up a bit, but it could also make the game scarier by making the new enemy very disturbing, which making the game scarier is exactly what the remake is going to need. The island had too much action to an extent and completely strayed away from what Resident Evil series is all about, which is survival horror. So I do think it would be necessary to lose some of the action. I'm not saying take it all out, but tone it down a bit to where it doesn't feel like I'm playing Team Deathmatch on Call of Duty. They could easily do this by, like I stated in my previous point, adding more lab sequences with the Regenerators. They could do half of the island action heavy chapters and the other half survival horror chapters. This way they can blend both action and horror. They still have yet to do this in a Resident Evil game, but when they do, it will make for an amazing game. So hopefully they can pull it off in the Resident Evil 4 remake. And there you have it. This is just a few ways Capcom could improve the island sequence in the remake. So now I would like to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comment section below some ways you think the island could be improved. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.